having good technology. But yeah, that should be really interesting. I think that'll be really popular. That is so weird because I always thought it'd be like just like an interface for a way to access technology, like with your brain really fast. But I didn't see I didn't consider like the principles of why they're really doing it to kind of help fuse those gaps of like not being able to function properly through the electrical signals throughout the body. Like, I think that's a really cool thing about the Neuralink. I hadn't noticed before until I watched that, which honestly, if they have tests and it works well, I'd probably get one.
The only thing, I'm a big, like, I love like crazy sci-fi like things, thinking about like iRobot and stuff. I just am wondering, like, what if like it just takes over your brain, you know? Like, because that's like or like the thing that I really think about too is like, because Matt was talking about, he was talking about how Matt Kimball, right? You might not, yeah, or you do, yeah, he was there. He was talking about how, because he invests in like Tesla and he's a big Elon Musk fan, I think, and he was like talking about how he wants to have self-driving cars, Elon Musk does, like self-driving taxi kind of thing. But I'm thinking like, dude, like, people are really, really, really good with coding and things like that. Like, what's to say that people, like, I heard this too, I think on one of the podcasts I listened to. What is to say someone's not going to hack that and then crash the car into somewhere, or like hack the Neuralink? You know, what if someone hacks your brain? That's insane.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. It's definitely something they'd have to put a lot of time and money into to prevent, but I don't know. It's just with cars, I think I'd rather have hacked cars than drunk drivers. I don't know. You'd have to see the statistics, but
yeah. Well, yeah, I think Elon Musk has a like humanity, like his outlook is for humanity. He's not doing it, so like he's not doing it for the bad benefits, you know, he's doing it for the good of humanity. But it's just like scary to think about, because then it's also like, I don't know if you ever just like contemplate what consciousness is. I do it constantly. But of course, that's like, how will that affect your consciousness? Because like the thing about, I always think about with like Alzheimer's is like, they're kind of like withering away. Their consciousness is kind of like withering away. Like, will it be you again, or will it be like half you, half AI, you know? Like, will it still be you, you know? Like, cause if it's supposed to make you walk again and it's supposed to make you like think better and clearer, it's like, but is that really you, you know? So I'm wondering like, how is like a wired neuron going to interact with a human brain, you know?
Yeah, it's going to be dangerous waters for sure. But yeah, it'll just be all separating upon of, yeah, it's going to get really, the waters are going to get muddy.
Do you contemplate what consciousness is as much as I do? Probably it's not as much as I do, but do you contemplate it ever? You just lay in bed?
Yeah, dude, I definitely do. I think at this age, it's always a hot topic, especially with all the people talking about it. But yeah,
what do you think it is?
Well, for me, it's
a soul.
There's a lot of different things. Yeah, I'd say.
Still a big Christian?
Yeah, so that's what I was going to get into. I mean, logically, there could be so many things. Like a big part of me believes in simulation theory, just logically. But if I'm going to go to the roots of my own true beliefs, because at the end of the day, you just have to believe in something, because you don't know. But yeah, I always go back to just like my thoughts rooted in like faith. So I'd say like, it'd be a soul for sure. Yeah. And but then it gets, dude, it's just so tricky to try to all figure out. But yeah, I would say so. What about you?
I mean, you know, I'm a Christian. Me and Kyle were going to that church that you put Kyle into for a while. Yeah, dude, that church is awesome, man. Yeah, it's just for COVID, it was all online, I think, so we didn't really get to.
I've been watching a couple.
Me and my girlfriend were watching Transformation Church for a little bit, but it's just hard to do virtual church. It's easy just to get up and go, you know.
Sure.
I digress. I don't like yesterday, or no, I didn't. I posted it yesterday, I believe, or maybe 2 days ago. I had my friend who's like he's blowing up right now. He's a musical artist. His name's Avion. And he asked me at the end of the podcast, I don't know why, he was just like, what do you think death is? Like, what do you think happens when you die? We got into that. And so it sparked my interest in the consciousness thing. I think my whole argument is I'm a Christian, and I think a lot of people are Christians. They just don't know they are, you know? I always say Christianity is like a way of life. And people are like, well, I know there's a higher power. And I'm like, you believe in God. Come on. Like, you just like, put down the pen and like read the Bible for a little, like read a passage, and I think what you said is like you have to believe in something. I think it's better to believe in something than to be very just against, establishment and just like, yes, there are bad things in any human system, but I think it's better to have a belief at your heart than it is to have nothing. But I would say that it is. So he made the argument that energy is nor created nor destroyed, and that he thinks that it has to go somewhere. I think that it's, it's part of me, like you said, the logical, because I'm studying to be a lawyer, so I think like that. Part of me wants to think that like it's kind of like you tuning into certain wavelengths, like energies, and so like that's why you think a certain way at a certain time, and that's why you can grow and stuff. But part of me wants to say that like your body, like that radio frequency is your soul. Like you're not actually here. You're just like, this body's tuning into your frequency, and so like you really exist. It's very hard to put your mind to it because it's so metaphysical and philosophical, but like I think it could be that you're not even, like, your energy isn't even here. It's just like your brain is so complex that it's like almost like a radio, and it can tune into your consciousness. And that's kind of why was thinking about Neuralink. Like, I wonder if that's going to mess up that frequency.
I get what you're saying. See, I've thought a lot. My own definitions have been kind of based off of what your friend is saying.